Hey guys, Thor here, and I have a great airsoft gun to show you today. It is the Mega Arms PTS M4 gas blowback airsoft gun. Now this is just a very well-built airsoft gun that is for airsoft up to real steel training prior to using real steel firearms. Everything about it functions properly as it should. On a real steel gun, so it gives you that real good training aspect and the ability to learn how to manipulate a real steel gun prior to actually shooting it. All right, so let's go over all the great things this airsoft gun has to offer you. First off, we have the 6-position adjustable crane stock on the back, so you can move that all the way in, all the way out, or anywhere in between. You have the metal buffer tube, which is give you a good solid base for your shooting position. You have your charging handle that locks your bolt all the way to the rear, so that's really cool. Flipping that around, you have your bolt release that releases your bolt just like real steel. You have your selector switch, safe, semi, full auto. You have this nice, almost straight skeletonized trigger. That's really cool. It's something that gives the gun a little more unique look, feel to it. On top of that, it is a very well-built airsoft gun. You do have the metal upper receiver and lower receiver. And on top of that, you have this full top rail to add any type of optics you want to add to it. Now, the great thing about the top rail is because the foregrip is this nice Keymod foregrip, so you can add rails anywhere you want all over the front of this. But the way it's bolted onto the upper receiver, usually you would have a double space ridge right here, basically limiting you to either putting your optic back here on the rail or anywhere forward of that double ridge. But they've actually spaced it perfectly to where it's a completely uninterrupted rail system on the top, so you can put your optic anywhere you want in between your front and rear sight if you're running something like an EOTech or an aim point. If you want to run something more like a long range scope or anything like that, or a EOTech with a magnifier, you do have the fixed sights, and I mean fixed as in they don't fold, but they are removable, so you can take the front and rear sight off and just run optics on it. Or throw your optic on it for long range and get one of the canted off-rail canted mounts for your hollow sight, or get the rail systems for the Keymod system and put your iron sights on the side of the rail so you can do your cant to use close range targets and your optic on top for long range targets. Some other cool things about this airsoft gun, you do have the fully licensed Mega Arms engravings on both receivers, upper and lower. It comes with the magazine loader, and your hop-up adjustment key. So that's always good. Make sure you get your target, or make sure you get your BBs on target properly once you've adjusted your hop-up really well. The magazine going to be your low cap, so it's going to be very realistic, 30 rounds, just like the real steel firearms, and it's because of your gas chamber inside the mag. But again, adds more realism, and that's always cool. I like having more realism in airsoft guns. On top of that, this is just a great training tool. You can use this if you're law enforcement, if you're military, or if you're civilian moving into real steel shooting. This is going to be an excellent rifle to use because everything functions as the real steel rifles function. So your bolt locks back, you release your bolt the same way, your selector switch moves the same way, everything about it moves and works exactly like a real steel gun should. So it's definitely a good training tool, and it's just a top-notch airsoft gun in general. Definitely for the intermediate to veteran player, it retails for $479.99. So beginning players might want to step into something a little bit less expensive prior to getting into something like this, but the quality is there to back the price. So that's, you're getting what you pay for, definitely, with this rifle. So make sure you check it out at AirSplat.com. It is the Mega Arms PTS M4 gas blowback rifle.